Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Turn my music down. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. It is Friday once again. You know what that means, hopefully. We're going to do some digital artwork tonight. Thank you, CRU. I figured it was, like when I first debuted it, I was like, you know what, it's due time for a stinger transition. So thankfully CapCut allows for some pretty cool effects. So you're on a road trip, Mia. Well, just remember to be safe. Enjoy your road trip. Very exciting. Fun stuff. I'm expecting to take a little trip up north to Portland in November. So if all goes well, if all things are panning out properly, I'll be going to Portland in November. So there is an anime convention going on. It was actually the very first anime convention that my best friend and I ever went to. So fingers crossed that she can find a babysitter and be able to go with me. So it'll be a nice little blast from the past, and we'd actually be able to spend the entire weekend over there instead of it just being like a day trip, and then actually being able to participate in the like 18 plus events. I remember. Sorry, I'm going into a little bit of my yap right now. Let's go inside. So I remember the very first time that her and I went to an anime convention together. We were still in high school, so we were still teenagers, and we weren't able to go to the like overnight stuff because we were just there for the day. And then we were not able to go to like, there was like an Amnesia, the Dark Descent, like gameplay panel. And of course that was 18 plus. Hello, Blade. Hello. But now, right, like we're in our late 20s. We're both married with our own houses. She's got her own kids. And we're like, you know what? Let's return to the very first anime convention that we ever went to together. Now that we can participate in so many other things. So hopefully, like I said, fingers crossed, everything works out well, and we'll be able to do that in November. So yeah. Also, new outfits debut. This is the pajama outfit, little bear onesie, bear hoodie, whatever you want to interpret this as. I thought it was cute. I saw something similar to it on Pinterest. Hello, King Jax. Hello, Usaya. I am. Hopefully I get to that point eventually. So, yeah. I never really keep track of my numbers. I'm just kind of like, you know what? I do what makes me feel good. What I want to. I do what I want to. And if the numbers match up with it, with my enthusiasm, then more power to them. So it's all good. I kind of figure if I see like a king and then there's Jax there, like, or certain profile pictures, I'm like, oh, that's Josiah. Okay. But yeah. So we probably, her and I probably won't do any cosplaying, just because like it requires getting up super early in the morning and making sure that things are being held together properly, and it's just with her having like two small children, she ain't getting a lot of sleep at night, and so having a nice like weekend break. I told her, I was like, Don't feel any pressure to cosplay. Just get your sleep in, man. Like, just get a full night's rest of sleep. You know, do some sleeping in if you want to. So, I'm doing all right. I had a nice little pre-stream omelet and an omelette du fromage. I don't know if you guys remember that Dexter's Laboratory meme. Omelette du fromage. Oh man. Speaking of things from the past, I'm working on, I think I mentioned this before, I'm working on a sing-along with Gumi and Teto playlist, and slowly but surely making the covers of these songs for an upcoming panel at an anime convention. Not next year, but the year afterwards, because it's in February. But yeah, so I got to make the covers for those, the artwork, and then the music videos too, and then they'll be up on my channel over here. Same playlist as like the covers, the other Gumi and Teto covers that I've made before. But yeah, so the first one that's actually finished, the song itself, not the artwork or the music video. Otherwise, you'd see it. But the song itself is done. Is a Gumi and Teto cover of Caramel Dancin'. It sounds so cute. I love it. Their voices work so well together. So yeah, so that's the first one that I have finished. And then I'll be doing a Gumi cover of Fireflies by Owl City, a Teto cover of Numb by Linkin Park. Depending on how complex it is, because sometimes with like certain songs, if there's not a steady tempo, it gets a little more complicated for me to do. But if I can get the timing of the vocals correct, I am planning on doing a Gumi and Teto cover of Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, because I think a lot of people would appreciate that in the punk scene. Same thing, Gumi Teto cover of Discord by The Living Tombstone. That's always a classic. A Gumi Teto cover of All the Things She Said by Tattoo. That one's very fitting, I think. Gumi cover of Butterfly by Smile DK. That's been on my radar for a while because it just flows so seamlessly with Dancing Samurai. Teto cover of Angel with a Shotgun by The Cab. A lot of people know that one as a Nightcore remix. I'm just doing the original. And then I think I'll do a duet Gumi and Teto cover of Monster by Megan Dia. That's another one that is a Nightcore classic. I've already done the Gumi Teto cover of Caramel Dancin'. I think I'll do a Gumi and Teto cover of Five Nights at Freddy's, the first song by Living Tombstone, and then Want You Gone by Aperture Science, or it's from Portal, and then Your Reality, that's from Doki Doki Literature Club. So it should be about like 30, almost like 40 minutes. So I think that's a good enough roster of songs for a panel. So gives them enough time for like an intro, enough time for like an outro. So yeah, but that's what you guys can look forward to in the future, seeing over here. So mainly making them for like a panel, but then also it doubles as content for the channel. So drawing and chilling, also apartment hunting right now. Oh, nice! Very exciting stuff. I hope you find a good one. Oh, thank you. Yes, water reminder. Let's put that in there. I think that's a command that's available for everyone to use. Okay, without further ado, Evil Larry is near my house. May you be forever protected from Evil Larry. Let's move on over to here. We're gonna make some bases today. I did post in a Facebook group that is all about sharing bases and collabing with other artists. Almost said arsonists. I was like, oh no, that's not right. I'm not collabing with arsonists. But I'm gonna be making some new bases here. So this is gonna be our first one here, and then we're gonna do a couple of portraits as well. So yeah, feel free to work on your own projects alongside with me, folks. If you are just lurking or chilling, gaming, reading, whatever you would like to do to relax, feel free to do so. An affordable apartment as well, so I'm planning on moving out in the next few months or 6 months max. Awesome, man. Awesome. Hope it all goes well. Okay, let me get my artist glove on. Let me just bump my mic as well. Okay. Got that on. I'll move these two over to the side here. So this was originally the Bring Me the Horizon anime girl. Turning it into a base. But people in the group seemed to like the collection of bases that I submitted to them, so hopefully they will like this as well. I can't imagine that they would dislike it. Have you gone to look at the Backrooms movie yet? Not yet. Is it available for streaming somewhere? I do like the director's stance on AI. There's no need for it. It's, you know, unnecessary. Prime Video and Apple TV. Ah, gotcha. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I haven't kept up to date on the opinions of it, the general consensus of it. I do like supporting independent filmmakers, so I think Hollywood needs some good competition. Same thing with certain VTuber conventions. I think that we should have some competition for Off Guy. Yeah, there's been some opinions on Off Guy that I'm like, well, yeah. It took you that long to figure that out. Don't meet your heroes? I don't know, man. Some people are, you know, not what they appear to be online when, you know, their whole shtick is, you know, putting up a front to their audience, and when you meet them in real life, you're like, oh, well, actually, you're not at all like you present to your community. Interesting. I have not. I haven't really like had the money to see movies like before they like come out on streaming services. So yeah, I did see the Kane Parsons, Kane Pixels. Is there a, I think like Kane Parsons is his real name, right? And then Kane Pixels is like his online name. Yeah, youngest director. Impressive stuff. Let me get my sketching layer over here. I don't have to guess too much about what the ear looks like while I'm trying to do line work. I did see in passing that Obsession was gonna get a sequel. Planning on watching Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let me know how that is. Had trouble sleeping after Obsession. It's a horror movie, right? Is it like a stalker kind of a premise? Someone's got a stalker. Like, I haven't even seen trailers for it. That's how, like, out of the loop I am about it. So I don't know anything about it. Other than, you know, being made by independent studio. Oh, okay. Then don't. I did watch Wendigoon's video on the Backrooms. So I have like a little bit of an idea about what's going on in it. But not the full picture, so Oof, brother, it is time for me to replace my pen nib. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me get some more of this sketched out really quick. I always try to make some of my bases gender neutral. It just kind of depends on the pose and well, if I feel up to it or not. So for this one we will. Like that. Okay, that looks like it's fine. Okay, let me replace my pen nib here real quick. I need to save this in my bases folder. There we go. Okay, I gotta change my pen nib really quick. It's been a while. Inside of my little... Come on, open up. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5. 5 left. This one's completely unused. Okay. Oh. It's too short. I can't even use the little, like, nib remover. Oh, no. Okay, there. I just got it out with my teeth. It's whatever, man. It's whatever. Okay. Goodbye, pen nib. You served me well for months now. Okay. There we go. Close this back up. Did I not? Oh, I didn't close it properly. Brava. I mean, to a certain degree, I understand what you're saying, Siriu. Yeah. I think the over connectedness. There's a regular term for it, but like also like the parasocial aspects. I think and like the age of the people within the fandom as well. I think it's unhealthy. Bro, how do I close this thing properly? What the heck? What the helly? Oh, there it goes. Okay. But yeah, I think people they get like way too like obsessed with it, and it becomes like their entire personality. Like, guys, there's other things that you can enjoy to the point that it doesn't become part of your personality. Right? Like, I'm super into Kingdom Hearts, you know, but it's not to a degree that it becomes part of my personality. That's like kind of insane, you know. Yeah. Um, Also, people are hating creativity and morally loathing AI, and that's just like gross. It's just gross because those people are only like they're only hurting themselves and everyone else around them in the future, right? Because there's proven negative environmental impacts of the data centers that put out that content. And then also you're not learning anything for yourself. It's kind of just, you're not learning a new skill. So I think they're like enabling their own loneliness. Or not loneliness, laziness is what I meant to say. They're enabling their own laziness. So, and it's not a consistent output either, right? So, for example, I recently helped my husband out with redoing the vocals for a song that he made, and it was like produced through Suno. But when I asked him for the instrumental for it, and then I compare it to the one with vocals, it's different. The tempo is like doubled, and the dynamics are not the same. So in the end, I just asked him, like, he sent me the stems for it, everything that's like split into its own track, like the drums and the bass and the vocals, backing vocals, other little effects or whatever. And then I redid the vocals in SynthV, because with SynthV, like, there is a little bit like of AI within the tuning, but you can manually adjust the tuning to whatever you want it to be. And so there were quite a bit of times, right? Like, I have to manually place in the notes and the timing of those notes. And then any little like voice crack or vibrato, I got to put in. And, try my best to match it up with the original vocals. But at least with that, it's consistent. The way that it's tuned, if you, ask it to like with Suno, if you ask it to give you like an instrumental of this song, it's not going to be the same. So there's no consistency to it. And it really wastes a lot of time and resources in that way. So, I think it's a fad is what I think it is. And I know there's people that love AI out there, and they're just like, oh, that's what people said about the internet too. And I'm like, nah, it's very different. This is very different. So, hello, Angel Eyes. Happy Friday to you as well. Welcome. I'm making some new bases today. I posted my my pre-made bases in a Facebook group that's for young and upcoming artists, people that use bases and are looking for collabs with other artists. So I was like, hey, I have some bases if you guys want to use them. You can also go on my Ko-Fi shop. I have the line art layer, just by itself. Feel free to grab some bases. So they seemed to like it, so I'm making some new ones. Starting out with this one today. And then we've got some portrait ones over here on the side. Yeah. I think it's called bases / collab with artists. Let me let me double check. Yeah, base / collab with artist. It should have like 51,000 members in it, so. But figured that, you know, I'd give back to the people that are into using bases, or, you know, just starting out with digital artwork. Bases are always a helpful tool to use when you're getting used to where things are placed in certain anatomy, or if, you know, you just want to really quickly draw your OC in something. I know I used them a lot when I was younger. I was just starting out in my art journey. So rather than making bases out of other people's artwork, which is what a lot of people back in the day used to do, I am making bases out of my own artwork, because that feels less morally incorrect. That feels less immoral. Like, no, I am the original artist of this, and I'm okay with making bases out of my artwork. You're copying this person. I am that person. I am the artist, but thank you. Thank you. Let me throw some more stars there for you. That one might end up despawning. There you go. That was a well-timed dance, Angela. When I did this drawing for the first time, I think it was like somewhat a hand day. And I'm like thinking about this right now. I'm like, today is not, but thank goodness I have, you know, I have the rough sketch here. Gives me a good idea of where the fingers are at. I know for sure that every time that, like, when I was younger, every time that I saw a base that had like a good set of hands drawn into it, I was like, oh, this is such a blessing. Oh my gosh, they don't look like sausages. I'm like, no, I'm like making my own bases. I'm like, oh, I understand now why sometimes they ended up looking like sausage. Because a lot of those people, like, it wasn't their own artwork that they were making a base out of, and they themselves were also learning digital artwork. So that's kind of why I'm so like with the head shape, I'm like, please don't let it be like egg, like an egg, like oblong head. I don't want an egg head on my base. I saw too many of those growing up. I was like, this is not right. I'm gonna shave down the head here. Something is very wrong. I also realized that the original drawing of this was like a colored sketch, and there was not actually like line work to it. Okay, I think we'll put like a little bit of a dip right there where the finger ends. Put the palm in there. And this needs to be adjusted a little bit. I recognize that now. Need like just a little bit more skin right there. Okay. Does that need a line? Oh, yes it do. Yes it do. That's why it looked weird. A little bit of an extension of the arm there. Okay. Put in a little collarbone there. A collarbone right there. Armpit line. There are some geese flying up ahead of me. They are mocking me. Okay, I will leave this open here, I believe. Okay, I'll move on over to the ear here. The Coraline tunnel ear. As some of you like to call it. The angle right here. And the lobe. I mean, it's not an incorrect description. I think it needs to just be like that instead. Okay, I will do around the head and hope and pray that it doesn't look eggy. Nice soft angle on the head there. Oh, I almost had a good connection there. There we go. See, no more squeaking of the pen now that I changed out the nib. Okay. Let's remove this. Yay! It's not eggy looking. It is a little domey, but it's not egg-like. So I can easily adjust this. Very gentle adjustment. I don't want to make too much of a drastic change. Just need to be a little less domed at the top. There we go. Okay. Let's get the rest of this finished, and then I'm gonna try to save the most satisfying part of this for last, which would be the face, of course. You know, if the avatars didn't move around so much, and it was just like a static placement of the eyes, I would definitely put in an eye patch. And same thing with the feet too, like the legs. There's so much variety between each of the avatars that like doing the animation tracking would just be impossible. Thankfully with like hats and I mean sometimes sunglasses and then weapons too, like for example going and doing like animation tracking for like the Vocaloid, right? Like for example, like with the one that I have right now, like, you know, I have the big old gun, right? Placing that on each of the Vocaloids, fine, because, you know, I can make custom the where each of those are placed like independently on specific like unique avatars. So the gun will move differently on the Yowane Haku avatar that I have versus the Rin Kagamine one that Blade has. You know, and then like the Teto one or Agumi one or the, you know, any other Vocaloid one, right? Because they all have hands. Those hands move differently though because of the unique animation. The cat, the rat, and the goose though, those don't have regular hands. They have either, you know, paws or, you know, like wings. So like for the sword or a gun or, you know, the leek or any other like item, that's either going to go in the mouth or the paw or like the side of that kind of like an animal avatar. You know, and then like with the sunglasses, it's like roughly the same thing because of the placement of where the eyes are on the animal avatars. With hats, it's super easy. It just goes on top of the head. You know, it just goes on top of the head, and then I gotta like customize where the placement of those hats are on the avatars. So That's why things like, I mean, I might be able to do it if I created like individualized pieces for every avatar. It would just be really time consuming. And then I'd have to make like a separate grouping for each of those and then set that group to the specific avatar. It sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. I'm bad at verbally explaining things. Let me save this really quick. I could it just be more time consuming. And I'm already slacking on making the Jamiqua antenna. So I haven't forgotten. Just have had other projects come up. Okay. Double checking this because I think some of this angle is a little weird. Yeah, kind of using my own hand as a reference at times. Which I know other people do that. I know that they do. And then let me get this thumb lined in here, and I am gonna narrow it a little bit. I think it definitely needs to be narrowed. Okay. Before I connect that to the arm, and narrow this a little bit here. That looks more correct. The hand was a bit wide there, a bit too wide. Okay. Flip that around. Kind of freehanding this a bit. Hand. Sorry, I'll see myself out. Okay, I was trying to be punny. As it happens, I try to freehand something. I mean, hey, you know what they say about low risk sometimes, right? Potentially high reward. this finger needs to be widened a little bit. It's looking a bit thin. Why does that look strange to me? Okay, there we go. A little bit of an angle change going on there. And then same thing, right? Hold on, I'm looking at my own hand for this. It's like it's my real money. I mean, hey, you know, you're not developing a gambling addiction with that kind of a mindset, right? It's my own money. It's my real money. I only have this much to spend. And then go with that. Okay, that looks a little better. That is true, yeah. There's pluses and minuses to the stream currency being not real money that you can use for like grocery shopping or, you know, paying rent or you know, phone bills and so on and so forth. Like, yes, if you gamble it all away, you know, oh yeah, now you just don't have, you know, any in-stream currency, but you know, your credit score is not affected, and you know, if you still have money in your bank account, it's still there. It's not, you know, disappeared. But yeah, it doesn't translate to real world currency. So, pluses and minuses, ups and downs, pros and cons of that. I don't think I'll put in the little knuckle markings. I'll just leave it like that. Nice clean line work. Okay. I'll do the arm. You freaked Wolf out when he saw how much you had. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, I mean that's what happens when you're active in chats, you know? And then you get lucky with the heists. trying to get this in one pen stroke, but I don't know if that's kind of happened. It kind of 1 million currency. Oh my goodness. Almost 2 million. That is crazy, man. That's freaking right, man. Hey. Oh, you're almost at 1 million over here. Hey, hey, hey. My brain, when I said that, went like... My brain... inside my head is saying, like... Continue it. Continue the quote, Euphie. Say, stay out of my shed. Oh my gosh, those animations. If you guys don't know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, what feels like forever ago, there was, I think they're still out there on the Hot Diggity Demon, YouTube channel, but there's a series of animations, My Little Pony animations, cursed. Absolutely freaking cursed. Oh man. So anytime I hear someone go, hey, 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 or I do it, I'm just like, stay out of my shed. Yeah, you sign knows what I'm talking about. I think those came out when I was in high school, because, like, I remember hearing people quote those during lunchtime. Hold on, I'm curious. Hold on, I need to go do. I need to do some research just for my own curiosity's sake. Hold on, let's see. Pony.mom. Those were put out. Oh, Pony.mov was 2012? Is that true? Oh, from 2011 to 2013. Yep. Yeah, I would have been in high school. Oh my gosh. Wow. You know, I should have clocked it as being in the style of Ren and Stimpy. I should have clocked that. Yeah. That is an accurate representation of that, yeah. Fluttershy in the poster artwork is definitely giving Ren and Stimpy. Yeah. Jeez. My goodness. Okay, we're almost done with this base here. Sorry, I gotta go down memory lane a little bit there. I was like, I could have sworn those were put out back then. Okay, make sure this elbow is in there. I remember back in the day when I was just dipping my toe into digital artwork, elbows like scared me. And so with this, I'm trying to make it less scary for people who don't have as many years of experience or like anatomy references or, you know, muscle memory. Widen this up a little bit. Okay. Especially the smile animation. Pinkie Pie was moving like Sakuna and Coke. Dude, that one, like, the animation style of that had me fooled a little bit in the beginning, and I was like, no, wait, no, this is grotesque. I was like, no. Something is very off here. I recently rewatched Children of the Night, that animation with that had Luna in it. Someone had posted it on Twitter saying that, like, back then they thought that was like official animation from DHX, only to find out that it was fan made, and it completely like blew their mind. I mean, it like, honestly, it was the same thing that I had thought of with oh my goodness, who did those animations with hold on, hold on, let me find it. Like, there was one that had like John Delancey as his pony Sona, and had like Tara Strong as her pony Sona in there. Like, it was all about like Meet the Bronies and stuff. I was like, this is like official quality. This is really nice. I think they're the same studio that did like the pony version of Don't Mind at Night. Who was that? Who was that? Let me see. Oh, I believe you. I believe you, Saya. Oh man. Freaking, oh my gosh. I forgot about Lullaby for a Princess. That one is so freaking good. I just love the dynamics on it so much. Let me drop some stars for you guys. I see you jumping, big dogs. I see ya jumping. Who did those ones? Come on, they have to be somewhere in here. Jan Animations. That's who did those ones. Jan Animations. Like, good grief, the level of quality. was absolutely nuts. The level of creativity that we had back then, oh my goodness. Yeah, man. Picture Perfect Pony by Jan Animations. Hasbro shut it down because they thought the assets were stolen right from DHX. Turns out Jan is just a badass. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's it. The Button Mash Adventures. That was another one that Hasbro shut down because it was like it looked way too close to the official animations. Oh my goodness. Freaking, oh my gosh, Dawn Somewhere, the Rainbow Dash Presents series. Freaking love that one. Oh man, if you guys have not seen I think it's Bittersweet by Dawn Somewhere, it's so funny. The whoever is voicing Pinkie Pie. Yes, I freaking love that. Do not disturb Pinkie. Yes. Oh man. Oh jeez. It's so good. Okay, here. I believe it's this one. It is. Okay, this is the video I'm talking about. That if you haven't seen that video, it is so funny. I wouldn't even be upset if like you guys like just watched it now and like took a break from the stream and came back and told me what you think of it. I wouldn't even mind. It's so freaking funny. 12 years ago. Oh my gosh. From 2013. I'm developing a wrinkle. So funny. Okay, it is now FaceTime. But yeah, so much creativity came out of that scene. And like, I do think, and this is coming from my own, you know, personal experience in that niche of the internet, I think that even back then, there wasn't so much of like an obsessive fandom culture, like, you know, being part of the MLP community. Oh, you know, like, no, we were just fans. We were just fans of it, and we were creatives, you know, making music and our own OCs and, you know, like fan stories and alternate universes and so on and so forth. Like, it was just an abundance of creativity back then. It wasn't so much of a like identity-based obsession. So yep, I believe it's exclamation point points that will display how many vibe coins you've got. I did adjust the Miku Miku Beam sound effect, so it's not so loud. You know, last time it was used, it was like, it spooked me. Hello, Acid. Welcome on back. Good to see you again. Adjusting the direction of this nostril a little bit. And then kind of alluding to the other side here. There we go. Just double checking the angle of this, because yeah, it is a little off. It's a little more concave than what I'm wanting. The rest of it looks good. People may cry OC today. Oh, nice. Nice. But yeah, for sure, eventually get some rest, you know, and you feel up to it. Or if your body collapses, you know, whichever comes first. But good work today. I believe I saw an apartment that charges close to $3,000 a month for rent. What? I mean, what, like, did it at least have, like, that must be in, like, a big city. Oh my goodness. Like, and you know that some of those, like, big city apartments that charge, like, that much just because of the location, you know, they don't, it's like a studio. It's like a studio apartment. You want separate bedroom from the kitchen? Nah, bed is within eyesight of the kitchen counter. Like, a huge pool in the center of the apartment complex. So you are paying for the amenities of that, yeah. I remember when when my best friend and her husband lived in their old apartment, it had a pool, it had a hot tub. That was, you know, that was nice. So whenever I would visit, me and her would be able to, you know, hang out in the pool, have some chit chats in the pool. And like it had like a workout, like a gym area as well. But like I think it was like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. And like she made it look real cute. Like, don't get me wrong. It was she made do with the space that she had. It was nice. But they were having them pay for the hallway lights. Like the lights in between the apartments. Like they were having everyone pay for the hallway lights. I'm like, those are always on. I think they were always on. Maybe they were like motion detected or something, but like that was odd to me. That was just weird. So gotcha. Yeah, so yeah, part of that rent money is going to be, you know, the pool, gym, sauna, extra amenities. And I mean, like if you have the means to pay for that kind of stuff and you're going to be using it frequently, you know, to where like it's worth it actually, you know, that can make sense. But like, you know, like in my best friend's case, excuse me, I'm turning my mic volume down just a little bit. I don't want to be peeking. But like for my best friend's case, she was always like too busy to use the pool enough to, you know, be paying that much for it. So, you know, like same thing with like the gym and the hot tub, the outdoor grill area. Like you have to you have to weigh out, like, you know, how much time are you actually going to be spending on those amenities. So yeah, all I need is a 1-bedroom apartment and a kitchen and a shower. That's all. Well, and hopefully the shower is within, you know, a bathroom that has the rest of those functions. Oh my goodness. Still, it also depends on the floor plan as well. Right, right. Do you have any interest in like feng shui in the place? Because that can really impact the feeling of how much space you have in your living facility. Like when I first moved into the house that I'm at right now, like that was the very first thing that I was thinking of. I was like, okay, where's the, you know, like in the bedroom, right? Like where's the bed gonna be positioned so that we have as much like moving travel space as we can possibly get, and then where's like the energy flowing to in the room. Like when you first open up the door, what's the first thing that you're gonna see, you know? Or if there's like a window, right, like where is that window position and stuff. There's a whole bunch of YouTubers out there that like the feng shuiing of a place is what they're all about. So but like when you're first moving into a place, that's the ideal time to get that figured out. Looks pretty spaced by the looks of it in the pictures. There are a few large windows there as well. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Get some good natural lighting in, hopefully. A little subtle lip line looks there. I'll round this a little bit more. I'm trying to just make like a nice line work for people that want to eventually use this base. Okay, I'll put this on a separate layer just for now. The eyeliner here, but I'm glad that it looks like you're getting some good finds there, Yesiah. All these very exciting stuff. And I have faith that eventually you will find exactly what you were looking for. Nothing too expensive or too cheap, just in the middle as long as it's affordable. Yeah, and that's a good mindset to have. Live within your means, man. I know that song, Spank. Also, welcome on in. I know that song from somewhere. It's very familiar. I'm probably gonna have my sister assist me as well. Good idea. Yeah, yeah. I assume she has more experience. So good plan. Good plan if so. Okay, here I switch it up to my eyelash brush. So there's a nice taper to it. However, I think I'll just round this so people have more of the ability to change the eyelash style. I think I'm just gonna do that. So if they want eyelashes, they can put them on themselves. If they don't, they can just leave it as is. This is a gender neutral kind of a pose there. So if they were to draw like a male character, or like basically any character that doesn't have long lashes, and they don't have to get rid of anything. They can just keep that as it is there. And then same thing. I know I just put this on here, but we can decrease the amount of eyeliner so they can put on whatever kind of like makeup look that they want on this. There we go. Now, she doesn't have eyebrows either. That probably will be something that I add in there. So let me save that real quick. Where's that girl you drew? Looks like my second to youngest niece. I just now realized that. Oh my goodness. Looks like her if she was older and she was doing a sassy rock pose. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. This is the Bring Me the Horizon girl character. I don't know what her name is. She's on one of their album covers, and then also in like she's the character that's in their like a lo-fi station. Okay, I'll switch back to my softer brush here and do a nice little gradual fade in to the top of the eyeliner. Yeah, when I first discovered that they had like a lo-fi version of some of their songs, and then they also had the YouTube channel with this character, I was like, well, I know what I'm gonna draw on stream today, because I streamed this one. Close that gap there. And then fade that out. And then we'll just do a hard angle downwards there instead of putting in like this little wing here. We will let people decide if they want to draw the wing on their character or not. Gonna round that a little bit actually. Okay. A battle royale is starting. Let's see who's going to win this. Good luck to you four. I use a pen just a little bit smaller for the eyes. And I do combine this onto a singular layer. Just to simplify it. Okay, that was on the outside. Congrats to Yesiah. Got you some extra gold there. Now, if we could just transfer that currency into real life, that would be that would be a blessing. That would be lit. I haven't said that in so long. That'd be lit. Okay. I don't think I line the pupils. No, I don't. Just leave them blank like that. So I am gonna put some eyebrows on her, cause like she don't got no eyebrows. And then we'll also extend. Is that the right? There it is. I'll extend this a little bit more. There we go. Oh, hello. Hello, Raiders from Wolfstream. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Spank, what is your question? Put the eyebrows on a vector layer so I can move them around if I need to. It is the 1st of August for ya. You're living in the future on the, over here on the West Coast. Time traveler. What female action hero would everyone would want or consider themselves closest to in personality? Oh, I have no idea. I have no clue, Spank. I don't consume enough like superhero action hero content to like accurately answer that actually. I mean, like I've been asked before, like, you know, if I could have any superpower, what would it be? And I've always said like invisibility. But the clothes become invisible as well. And then visible when I become visible again. So it's not just like a walking pair of clothes. But as far as like a specific character, like personality wise, I have no idea. I haven't consumed enough DC, Marvel, you know, etc. that genre to really accurately answer it. Okay, this is why I have this on a vector layer, so I can adjust this and it doesn't get all pixelated. So like that. Flip it around town. We'll do that. You'd be like Groot. Oh my gosh. I do think that I do think that like Mantis's personality is cute. Not saying like I would want to like have that same personality, but it is cute. Okay, I'll move this down a little bit. Adjust that angle. There we go. I feel like these eyes are too far apart. Like in the initial drawing of it, it looks fine. But in the base, I'm like, they look too far apart now. Oh, Root from Person of Interest. Oh, I thought you meant Groot. I was like, I mean, okay. I was like, I didn't know Groot was a female. But okay. I didn't really watch a whole bunch of Person of Interest. I know my parents did. Have me some water. Make sure you guys get some water as well. I'm gonna adjust the placement of these eyes because I have the ability to. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, I will here in a moment. I just gotta get this base done here. I'm gonna flip this around. And then this one, I think it could be just a little bit bigger. There's a little bit of pixelation on this because I didn't do it on a vector layer, unfortunately. I just gotta go through and clean it up a little bit. Okay, I dabble in premium bases. Okay, looks a little better. Okay, how did you lose 10,000 points? The system works in mysterious ways. The 8-ball knows. The 8-ball's been charging your account. Root uses the machine to steal prescriptions. Is this who you're saying you would be like, Spank? You're gonna go steal some prescriptions. Desflurane? Some surgical anesthetic? Oh, to incapacitate the staff and guards. Oh, okay. I see now. I was like, dude, when in the world are you gonna steal some drugs? Oh my goodness. From season 3. Give me my points. Denied. You lost points even though it says you won. Well, I mean, thankfully it's not real. Like, it's not real money. We have a bigger issue then if it was real money. But, yeah, man, I don't know, but the 8-ball, it is demanding that you pay your penance, you know? It's evil. I keep telling people that. It's evil. Okay, here is our first base of the stream done. I'll get rid of that. I'm going to combine my layers here into one. Lock it. Title it body line work. And then, hello, Lieutenant John. Welcome on in. Actually, I probably read that wrong. It was just John. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. YouTube's weird with the names sometimes, with handles. Okay, let me double check how I have been saving these. Let's see here. is this the PNG? Yeah, that's the PNG. This is a Photoshop document. Okay, so it's just being saved on white paper with the line work. Okay. We will change this to white. And then mark on base. Trying to make sure everything is the same. And then I am going to change this canvas size. We'll leave it right there. Maybe we'll add a little bit more padding there. Okay. And then before I fully save this, I'm going to extend this out a little bit more. Yeah, okay. Now it's good. It is good to go now. Okay, so this gets saved as a PNG. And then we'll also save it as a Photoshop document. Yeah, the 8-ball is the owner of the house. She's corrupt. Okay. There is that. Now we've got these two here. I'm going to make some faces out of them. I've already done up one of these. That would be this one here. So we'll start off with this one. Can I just make this paper white already? There we go. Okay. We shall begin again. This character is based on a custom My Little Pony model that was made for me. This pose has a very angular face. And I think I am going to keep the winged liner on this one. So first, I will just continue this line downwards. Get the cheekbone in here. Adding some of this jawline in here. I'm trying to make it nice and soft though. So we'll do a very thin line. Like so. Make sure this is aligned with the jawline. I don't like the tip of this right here. We've got a train going by. Hello, Weird Kid. Been a while, welcome back. It's base night, so I'm working on some bases right now. Welcome on in. I'm gonna narrow this a little bit here. People are, of course, they're you know, welcome to make like an elf ear if they want to. Just for the ease of customizability, though. I have these like rounded ears. Like even on characters that, you know, have, you know, big old gauges and the lobe goes like out there, I still shorten it up. Just to simplify it a little bit. Because if you have those customizations, you know, that's a lot of the thing with bases is that you can customize a lot of them. Different expression if you want, obviously putting hairstyles on them, clothing, different eye color, skin tone if there is, you know, like a skin tone that's put into it. I'm only doing line work. Flip that around. I wish I knew what the specific parts of the inner ear were called. I know that like in here is a lot of cartilage. I don't know what this part is called. This little like hump right here. Perhaps after I'm done doing some of the line work in here, I'll look it up. Because it always weirds people out when I call the white part of the eye the sclera. I'm like, that's what it's called. That's called the sclera. You could call it an eye white, you know, the white of the eye. You know, people understand what that is, but like scientifically it is the sclera. But I would like to know what the specific parts of the inner ear, the inner part of the ear are called. And there's like the conch. The concha. Okay. Let me do some. We're gonna get learned, chat. We're gonna get learned. Parts of the ear. I guess it's the outer ear, not the inner ear. Okay. I need a visual. Okay, so we have here. We'll put this on a different layer here with a red line. So this part right here, this outer rim is called the helix. We've got I need to find a nice font here. Here. And then we will do 6 point helix. Okay. And then this section here that's underneath the helix is called the fossa. Fossa? Fossa? This happens. I don't have a teacher or professor here to say it correctly. I'm just like, is it a fossa? A fossa? Okay. Now, the section that I am typically drawing, like right here, this line right here is called the anti-helical fold. The anti-helical? It looks like helical. Because if this upper part is the helix, then that would make sense for that to be pronounced helical. Because this part, this line right here, is the anti-helix. Right down in here. And then in what looks like it looks like it's in here. This is what I'm trying to draw with this inner part right there. That is the concha. That's where that is. And then after that, oh, there is, okay. So we have this. I need to adjust this line work. Because this spot right here, there's supposed to be a little hump right here. That is the anti-tragus. The anti-tragus, yeah. Right here, this little bump here that I need to actually make an adjustment for. here because she didn't really have an anti-tragus before. But now she does. Okay. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Next piece. There is a spot here that is the... oh my goodness. We have the fossa of anti-tragus. Or anti-helix. Excuse me, anti-helix. Fossa. I don't know what fossa means. Okay. So then I think this area, so it's not like inside the inner ear, the hole that's going into the ear there. It is just outside of it is what's called the external fossa of external auditory canal. External auditory canal. That is this section right here. This here is going to be our tragus. Because some people get tragus piercings, so that makes sense. Why it is called that, obviously. And then this little inward cavity here, that right there, is what is known as, I'm gonna mess this up, incisura, intertragisa. Incisura intertragisa. I don't think I'm saying that right, but it looks like that's how you say that. Okay, so that's that little valley there. And then our last part is, of course, this here. The lobe, but they are calling it the lobule. The lobule. There we go. We've become learned together, chat. That concludes our ear anatomy studies. I do enjoy learning about what different parts of the body are called, like scleras and helixes. Science always complicates things. It does, but when you start speaking scientifically, it's like, oh, well, some people think it's pretentious, and other people are like, oh, that actually sounds very educated. And if their context clues are on the alert there, they can kind of figure it out on their own. But like the first time that I heard someone talk about scleras, I was like, Well, they're talking about some part of the eye, and they're working on this white part of it. That must be what that means. And so I go and I look it up. I'm like, oh, yeah. That's what that means. So you never know if you're going to end up like further educating somebody by saying something a different way. But it does get complicated, yeah, because it's like, oh, this is the lobe. This is obviously the lobe over here, but they're calling it the lobule. The lobule. Throw some more stars to ya. Then we will continue our line work here. We're going upwards a little bit there. I did not intend for that. Add in a sketch layer. So I gotta freehand some of this. A little bit of an angle, hinting at like a bicep or something in there. Sketching in the rest of the shoulder. It's already exposed, so we don't need to do too much guesswork there. And then there is a connection here. That I'm fixing from the previous, from this drawing here. There should have been a little more arm that was visible here, in my opinion. Either that or they're working on their own projects. That's what oftentimes happens. Like when I'm watching someone else's art stream, I'm usually lurking and working on my own artwork or bracelets or crocheting. Crocheting's been a huge thing for me these days. I'm currently working on a very large plushie, and I have to get more polyfill for it. I used up all of my polyfill for this plushie that I've been working on. I think we will can we continue this? I'm trying not to do too much extra work for this. I want it to just like remain as like a portrait, not like a half body. I think I'll end up just cutting it off right about here. Yeah, man, like rip Joanne's. I saw that Spirit Halloween has been moving into the remnants of the old Joanne stores. And the same thing with like Party City, which like Party City used to be one of their biggest competitors for Halloween stuff, and now it's like, yeah, oh, the Spirit Halloweens are now in they're operating out of the graves of Party City. It's funny how that happens. And now Party City is operating outside of like Staples. So but yeah, man. We just have a Michael's where I'm at. So, and I have a Michael's membership or you know, account. So I earn points on purchases over there. So I'll have to check on I'll check prices for polyfill. Before I go out, see who has the better deal. Because we also have a Walmart that sells polyfill. So I gotta see what's in stock, what the prices are. So on and so forth. Because I just need like a little bit more polyfill. And then the plushie will be fully filled. And then I don't actually know if I need stuffing for the appendages. That is very true, yeah. There is a little bit of a shipping risk though with Amazon that I get kind of like timid about. So like the white yarn that I have to make the underside of this plushie was supposed to get here on the 28th. It was supposed to get here on Tuesday, and it is now Friday, and it got here today. So that's partly the reason why I'm like, yeah, I could get a better deal on Amazon, but the shipping could be very unreliable. That's why sometimes, not every time, but sometimes I would prefer to just go and like get it myself. I'd be like, listen, I could, you know, pick it out myself, check it out, and then go home and immediately, you know, be done with it. I don't gotta wait. So I don't want to wait. In order for this plushie to be finished. So, okay, I'm really hoping that this doesn't make the head look like an egg. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, so again, I gotta check it out. Gotta see what's out there. But I've already attached the safety eyes to this plushie. This is my very first plushie that I've had to attach safety eyes to, and they're like big honkin' 30mm safety eyes. They're not going anywhere. I can't even rotate them around, so it's a good thing that I positioned them the correct direction. So it doesn't look all cockeyed. But yeah, they're not gonna slip out. They're not gonna move around. They are staying exactly where they are placed. And I didn't need one of those little like clampy things. I just pressed the backing onto it. So package at my work that did not belong there, it stayed there for over a month and it disappeared. What in the world? Like someone snatched it, or you think like the original owner finally came and got it. We had a package delivered over here to our house that was it actually belonged to our next door neighbor, so I ended up just like taking that package over to their stoop. I was like, I'm just gonna put this here. This is not the right address. So I do know that like I don't know if this is the same everywhere, but where we are, Amazon, I guess they got rid of their flex drivers and they're just doing like the Amazon van deliveries. And a lot of people are not happy with the service of the van drivers. Like they are just like throwing their packages in like their front yards instead of walking them up to the front door. So that's an issue. Like heaven forbid you have like a fragile thing. Yeah, it's gonna be broken, you know. If it ends up like hitting like the concrete or a rock or something, it's donezo. How is it safety eyes? So it's interesting because like for really young children, it's not recommended to attach safety eyes. Like if you're making like a plushie or something, or I mean really it's only just plushies that need the safety eyes, I think. You like for babies, they're not really all that safe because if the gaps between the stitches are too big and the safety eye is too small, it can fall out, and then they can, you know, swallow it and then choke. So with babies, because I've made a couple of baby toys for my best friends little chitlins, I would just do like embroidered eyes, you know, just going back and forth between the stitches with like some darker yarn. So they're just, you know, it's just part of it, with the same material. But with the plushie that I'm making right now, it is for, I hope he's not listening right now. It's for one of my younger brothers, and we're all in our 20s now. But there's, so let's say on the back. No. So basically what they are, is that there's like, I think it's like a clear plastic or resin or something, and it has the black pupil already in it, and it either comes as like, you know, like a crescent shape or like a full like in the middle black circle for the pupil. And then there are, depending on the texture that you're looking for, they have like solid colors, they have glitter colors, different patterns for the colors, and these are like paper backings that have like a hole in the middle of them. I think it's actually easier for me to draw it. So for the eyes that I have, the 30mm ones, right, you have the circle here, and then the pupil is already dyed into it, and it's like this. So behind this, because this here is all clear, and this is black in here for the pupil. So we'll color this in here. So what this looks like on its side, it is rounded, but then there is a plug at the very back of it with these little ridges. And so what gives it the color is, a paper backing with a hole in the middle of it. And now I'm just doing this for my own personal enjoyment. So it could have, you know, like, let's say like this pink color in here, right? And so then you place this underneath this so that it then shows up as pink underneath it. And then behind that, right, like you would have yarn that you place this in between. And then what goes here is, how would I draw this? It's like a cup that also has a hole in the middle of it, but you press it really tightly so that these little grooves here hold this plastic part together. And so then you would have a cute little safety eye embedded into your yarn. So that is what that is. So it's a nice little visual representation because I'm terrible at audibly explaining myself. So there's a package that landed in my building that belonged across the street. It was there for weeks. Oh my goodness. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, you take the risk there. Like, yes, possibly good deals, but like the risk of it not getting delivered properly. So they can't be pulled out. It's very, very difficult to pull them out if they are the correct size for the gauge of yarn that you are working with. So if you are working with like a thin yarn, like a number 4, like worsted weight yarn, and a larger hook than what's intended for that weight of yarn, and the gaps between the stitches are too big, they can move around and you could potentially pull them out. So that's why they're not recommended for baby toys. So or really any toys that aren't intended for like younger children or really rough usage. So yeah, but it's very difficult to get them undone. So before placing them on your plushie or amigurumi, which is just like a crocheted plushie, it's recommended that you mark where you're intending to put the eyes before you install them, because if you put them in the wrong spot, it's gonna be difficult to get it back out. So I just weave in a couple of pieces of yarn and I double check. So similar to a cloison pin type setup. Let me look it up because I'm not familiar with that type. Let me look it up. Sure. Pin backing. Let me see the back of this. In a way, yes, except for there are no tabs in the back to release it. Safety eye backing. And some of them look different too. Like some of them have like little, like they look like concave triangles. The ones that I have are just circles. Yeah. There's a bunch of different pictures of different types. I have the glitter ones. So, and I have a pretty sizable pack of them, so I could make more plushies in the future with those. I think I'm gonna round this chin a little bit. This chin is so sharp it could be like a paper cutter. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on while I lurk in other people's streams. And sometimes it's not just like art streams. Sometimes it's drama streams. I'm like, I'm not even involved, nor am I privy to any of this knowledge. But people are just like arguing back and forth. I'm just like, girl, you are crazy. Y'all are nuts. But it's the energy. It's this heightened energy that's like, I think it helps me stay awake. Which sometimes good thing, sometimes bad thing. You know, if it ends up being like 4 in the morning, I'm like, oh, I need to sleep. I can't be watching this at this time. It's gonna keep me awake for too long. Like, unless it's like crunch time, then I'm like, okay, we gotta pull an all-nighter because it's freaking crunch time. They are pretty handy, yeah. They make plushies very, very cute. Latest drama I watch is the ones about the quartering. Oh yeah, man, you know I'm peeping the Kino Casino clips. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I actually go on Kick and watch like the replays. Cause like honestly the clips, like they're nice for like short form content, of course, as clip channels do. But they've recently had like an issue with a certain clip channel like getting involved with one of their subjects. The clip channel's been touching the poo. And you don't touch the poo. But yeah, no, I've seen a little bit of what's going on with the quartering. Yeah. Shortsmageddon. It's like, oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, how did you not see any of this coming? Like, how many times do people need to ask you what the heck the oranges are for, right? Like, I did see that, I don't know how long ago this was, but even like Tim Pool was, his chat was getting bombarded with people like spamming oranges. And he got upset. He got upset with it. I was like, bro, and he like, you can't get upset at this if you're just like either like not gonna address this in a timely manner, and or you take the side of him. Like, stupid, what do you think you're doing? And like when I think this was like during like the pandemic that I was watching the Timcast. I very quickly started to figure out, I was like, oh, so this is their tactics here. I see what's going on here. And then I learned more about like what happened with Adam Krigler, and all of that, you know, fiasco that happened. I was like, oh, yeah. So, and then there was, I think it was like around that same time, they did their Zeppelin / Blimp stream from the quote-unquote BD compound. I was like, this is so stupid. This is such a stupid name. But they did that, and they did it. So this live stream, this was so stupid of them. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going on this is my yap. I'm going on a yap again. But this was really dumb of them. Because this stream, okay, they went up into the air, the aerial space around this house, this building, and then they went and they did like a 360 shot, like a panorama. And I'm like, why are you guys doing this? Why? Like, this is so dumb. Like, there are certain natural landscapes that are clearly visible to everybody. Mind you, the stream was a little bit choppy. But yeah, like, it's no wonder that shortly thereafter, people started figuring out where this thing is located. So, you know, and I never condone doxing. But, like, this was so dumb. Like, you're not thinking about the fact that you're, like, taking a camera up into the air and spinning it around. People are gonna notice certain locations. So, anyways, it was just so weird. So, yeah. And then yes, the Jack Murphy drama. Oh my gosh, that was such a crap show. I try not to curse too much, but like, that was, you know what I'm trying to say. It was such a crap show. And then, you know, you do, you know, just a smidgen of research on the guy to find out, oh, he's this kind of person. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he also on the... He was on the Blaze, the You Are Here podcast, right? With Elijah Schaefer and Sydney Watson. And even that went down in flames too. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That whole time, that whole era was wild. I was like, this is just like imploding in on itself. What are we doing? Like... And then this is all circling back to the quartering, because Sydney Watson had a whole connection there with the quartering, and he was like, he was trying to like set up this to this day I still don't know what he was trying to collab with her like on, like. But it ended up not happening. And he claims that, like, she stole a bunch of money from him. I'm like, what? Oh, her tea company. Oh, that's what it freaking was. The deal with that, he was gonna screw her out of so much money on the tea company. Yeah, thank you, Blade. Thank you. Like, the manufacturing cost and like the shipping costs, like, it was way more than what they had agreed upon, or something like that. Like, that was oh my goodness, he's been a scammer this whole time. And I did see that there's been a couple of channels that like have gone into like the full history of Mr. Hambly. I don't have the mental retention for all of it, but like he's been acting this way this whole time. And I don't understand, like, why. I mean, this has to be like a weirdo brain thing to openly, like, tell your co-hosts about your unfortunate happenings within the Walmart. Like, if you know what I'm talking about. the unfortunate accident that happened within the Walmart. Like, what drives you to just, like, fully embarrass yourself like that? Like, I think it was like a monetary thing. Once they got to, like, a certain amount of money on, like, the podcast that he was on, he was gonna tell the story. I'm like, okay, but why would you even have that as, like, a goal? Unless, like, you're into being humiliated. I cannot rationalize that any other way. That's a weirdo brain kind of thing to do. Or, like, the shock, right? Is it like like shock value? Like, it's just embarrassing for him. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, humiliation ritual, yes. But self-inflicted. No one asked him or knew about any of this prior to this podcast. I'm assuming he just, like, willingly brought it up. As a goal for, you know, making a certain amount of money. I'll humiliate myself for a certain amount of money. I'm just like, that's pathetic, man. That's sad. That's sad. I will tell you that you will never catch me doing that. Never. Like, I can't even fathom. I can't even fathom that. Yeah, some people can't seem to keep it internal. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and he's done that same stuff with, like, Melanie Mack and Hannah Claire too. Dude, Hannah Claire's faces every time that he would say something just absolutely nuts. She's like, what? What? Well, and he's saying weird stuff about Melanie Mack now too. Like, I assume he's been doing this for a while, but, like, saying stuff that, like, honestly should have just been, like, reserved for his wife. Saying that, like, Melanie Mack's, like, an angel and that, like, she saved him and, like, turned him to Christ and stuff. I'm like, isn't this, like, something that should be reserved for your significant other? Like, both of you are married. Both of you are married. But honestly, for the quartering, like, what does that matter to him, honestly, right? Like, him and Heather have not been, you know, in that, like, kind of like a traditional relationship for a while, it seems like. So yeah. Claire seems to have just run out of their full speed, and good for her. Freaking good for her. She saw the writing on the wall, hopefully. Yeah, I've only ever seen her in, like, a couple of pictures, and that was from, like, I think a while ago. So, welcome back, Isai. Yeah, we on a rant right now about other online people that really, I think, should take a long break from the internet. You know, I teeter between, like, should they take a break from the internet for their own, you know, mental health, or should they continue, you know, acting a fool on the internet for, you know, people's, you know, entertainment and potential, you know, education. This is what not to do, right? This is what not to do. Stay on the internet so people learn from your mistakes. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. So I guess, you know, the onlookers make the most out of it. It's just like shameful stuff, man. She's bald. She's bald. From the drama. Yes. Right, it's that seesaw, like, do we watch him just, you know, reap the crops of which he has sown? Or, you know, does he do some like self-reflection and actually become a better person? Like, you know, those types of people have to want that for themselves. You can't force them to become better people. It is so much fun, Blade. It is. Speaking of internet, I have stumbled across this channel called is it Lio or Leo? Lio Convoy? I can tell he's a handful. Oh no! The lowest of the low of a person. Man! I see another one. Learn from his mistakes. If it wasn't like an already obvious thing to not to not copy. If it was already something that you didn't know, perhaps disclosing your public accidents to your online audience, don't do that. If it wasn't obvious already, just don't do that. Yeah, can't force for sure. Yep. This kind of guy runs a full cult of children and stuff. Oh, that's oh, Lion. Okay. So Lio Convoy? Gotcha. Many of them have to one up themselves to keep a following. Yeah, and it just gets progressively more insane. It just gets more and more insane. Have I done the rest of this now? Okay, we're gonna do the booby line. That does not look right. It is not correct. Okay. Now I move over to the best part, the face. I love lining the face. It's so much fun. However, the nose is definitely big. She got a big old nose. Big old schnoz. Yeah, it sounds like he's on YouTube. I wonder if he's already on the radar of some people. Remind me of woman from John Wick. Oh, I bet. Oh, of course it's on Discord. Of course. I'm gonna start using vector layers here. I'm gonna adjust this angle right now. But yeah, no, some people, they have to just keep up in the ante in order to keep their viewers engaged. That's why, like, I think, you know, if if you're gonna start a channel, like knowing thyself and knowing the projection of, you know, what you're putting out there, like you're only screwing yourself over by setting it up that way, that, you know, you would have to continuously keep upping the ante, because eventually it's gonna end up getting to a point where like it's gone completely off the rockers, out of hand, like, and, you know, someone's gonna end up getting hurt. And it's just not worth it, I think. And honestly, I think that goes for other creators, that like their bread and butter is staying on top of like whatever is like the new trend. For me, that would be exhausting. Like, you know, and I think honestly it would give me like an identity crisis too. Like, you know, oh, it's not trendy to, you know, make bases focus on line work for, you know, for a stream. Like, it's not trendy. Oh, this is the trending thing. Okay, well, I'm not having fun with it, you know, and I'm just doing it for the views, for the clicks and the likes and whatever. That's not authentic, you know. That's not what you're actually into, you know. It's just, it's, I don't know, it feels like it's like morally bankrupt. It feels like it's morally bankrupt to do that kind of stuff. So let me catch up with chat here. He literally doxes children, bullies them, and even calls their parents as well, which is creepy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, he needs to get like locked up, man. That's insane. Yeah, Hassan Piker's definitely the type we were talking about. Collargate, 100%. Similarly comes from a version of Optimus Prime, but he acts like Megatron. The irony. That is very ironic, yeah. Oh, I haven't saved this entire time. Female portrait base 2. That is fine. Save it as is. He doxes kids and calls their parents. He doesn't care if someone has a disability or not. Well, no, like that kind of a person is not gonna care one way or another, you know, about how he's hurting people. It's sociopathic, psychotic. And like the fact he's calling, you know, these kids' parents too, like, hopefully the authorities are already on his trail. They're already on his case there. You know? He doesn't sound like a very intelligent person. So, you know, if he's calling the parents and, you know, the cops get involved, hello, Bilk. Thank you. If the cops get involved, right, they can track his phone number, figure out where he's calling from, and nab him. You know? And then that's to everybody's benefit. He's even arguing with a lawyer as well, like, what the hell's wrong with him? He's the type of person that'd be like, no, I'm gonna represent myself in court, right? And then we get, you know, we get some good entertainment out of that, because then at least he's in like some like, you know, an aspect of custody. He's not gonna go and hurt anybody else, and potentially, right, we could get another another round of the grounds that we got from Daryl Brooks. Like, Oh man, you know when someone's like, oh, I'm gonna represent myself in court, you know, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna like make a bowl of popcorn. Like, this is gonna be a show. This is gonna be a freaking show. Yeah, Blade, yep. Same type of mentality. Excuse me, no political parties fighting on stopping data centers. Thankfully, there's a lot of like local local towns and cities, municipalities that are fighting back against them. Like there's some groups that like hopefully they'll get in contact with governors and senators about them. I know that Salem, Oregon already had a large like city council meeting, and there were a lot of people that showed up to that saying like, yeah, we don't want the data centers, we don't want the flock cameras either. I want to talk about flock cameras. We don't want none of that. Yeah, 2 tubs of popcorn now. He's got himself a predator hunter, but he doesn't even catch predators probably either. Yeah, like it sounds like he is the predator. So another ironic thing, right? So I watch at least 7 to 8 hours worth of footage of this insufferable human being. It sounds like he's getting properly documented. So it's not going unnoticed. Well, see, it'd be one thing if it's just a license plate reader, but the fact that they are connected to a whole network and then also being used to stalk people from like, you know, different like police officers and people with access to that network. And some of them are not even like pointed at roadways where cars would be. Some of them are pointed at parks and like park trails. So they're not just for license plate reading. You know, Spank was talking about person of interest earlier, and I'm just like, no, this is that. This is that. Yeah, Big Brother, like all, yeah, surveillance state. And in fact, it's already caused some people to be like incorrectly targeted for crimes that like they did not commit. I think this was actually one of something that someone at the Salem City Council meeting had brought up about the flock cameras, is that like he was being charged for like a traffic violation or something. I only saw like a small snippet of it, but he was being charged for this, and he wasn't even in the state at the time that it is saying that he committed this traffic violation. So obviously these things are completely like inaccurate in that case. And they're not reliable. And they're being used for, you know, nefarious purposes, so. People have been instantly charged because of the cameras. Luckily, they have proof about their whereabouts. I feel for people who don't. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, let me see how this mouth looks. have it on vector layer. I can move it around. Actually, before I do any of that, I'm going to get the other pieces of the face done. Already 11:20. That is freaking nuts. Yeah, they only want the money. That's all they care about. And the data and the money that they get from the data. I don't expect you to have a plan. I mean, anytime I see someone that's going to be, taking down a flock camera, I ain't going to stop them. I ain't going to stop it. I don't see nothing. I see nothing. That's the other part of this too, is that, so like, I watched the short interview that the guy that developed the flock cameras and that owns the company, it's not Peter Thiel, he's a backer of it, but like the main head honcho guy, and he's over there telling this interviewer that, they're not forcing, we're not forcing flock cameras on anybody. This is a democratically operated process. We're not forcing this on anyone. And I'm like, well, that's funny, because I don't remember seeing this on a ballot anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't really interpret it as that, Bilk, but okay. Anyways, like, I don't remember voting on any mass surveillance cameras being installed in my town. Right? Like, that's what a democratic process is supposed to be, is voting on something as a community. Being able to have a say in what happens. We were never given a say in whether we get these or not. It's only after the fact that they let us have a say. I just think that's funny. Yeah, good to get your own private dash cam. Yeah. Need your own footage to prove your innocence in this. Yeah, someone's getting some money there for having them in here. Okay, this nose is big and it's gonna be reduced in size. She's getting a nose job. Yeah, we were not given a say on that either. And I think, I mean, I try not to get into like too many like political-esque topics, because it does start to stress me out a little bit. But I will say my side of the family, my mom's side of the family, came here legally. Wolf's family came here legally, and there are protections for coming here legally. You put yourself at a lot of in a lot of danger, a lot of risk by not doing things properly. And I don't think it's worth it. And it also spits in the face of a lot of people that, went through the entire process, paid the fees. Like, my mom became a citizen, and she had to learn more about the country than what I was taught in history classes provided by the public education system. I was like, yeah, man. So, um, so yeah, I look at it the same way of, you know, when you go into a Walmart and all of the socks are locked up in sock jail, and you as a law-abiding, you know, citizen that's not going to steal them have to wait. You got to wait a longer amount of time to get those socks out of the sock jail. It's because of the people that are stealing them. Just make the criminals make it harder for law-abiding citizens to just go about their regular life. So I think all in all, the benefits are a lot stronger than you know, my mind just went blank. it's more beneficial to just do things the proper way, right? Is what I'm trying to say. So this is fixing to control Palantir and BlackRock firm. You know, it always seems to go back to that there, Spank, you know? It always seems to go back to BlackRock. Monopolies. What makes me mad is when someone uses big words to make themselves look like the smartest person in the room, but they also don't know what they're doing as well when they do things. Or when they're completely misusing a long scientific word. You know? They don't know what the word means. And they're so confident that they're using it correctly. I'm like, no, that's not what that means at all. A very simplified version of that I did literally hear. This was in I think it was previously a TikTok, turned into a YouTube short. There was a kid, I think it might have been a teenager, sounded like a teenager, in a classroom, right, in high school. And the teacher was like, the student was telling the teacher that the teacher was ignorant. And the teacher goes, "What does that word mean?" And the student goes, "Oh, it means you're being annoying." I'm sorry. I'm like, no, that is not what that means. In fact, it's ironic that you are ignorant to what that word means. Like, this is so stupid. But the confidence of this kid was, I mean, it was impressive, but for all the wrong reasons. So, yeah, Too Far Backing Out the Rabbit Hole by Alice. Yeah, we've got some people have gone too far. They've gone too far. But again, that's why I like having the creative time, because, you know, if you don't have like a creative outlet, or, you know, a way to process this stuff, and you just let it fester in your head, like even like writing like a short story about how crazy some of this stuff could get, right? In that way, you're still processing this information, not just letting it stew and fester in your head. You know, you got to do something with it. I think either like do something about it or do something with it. I think otherwise you go a little nuts. So I started with the most controversial artist called Creepshow Art. Oh, dude. Send me back in time with that name. Oh my goodness. I remember learning about all of the crap show art. Crap show art with that. Oh my goodness. Oh, it has been so long. Gonna work on the eyes here. It's been so long that like I've forgotten what like the big deal was with her, but I know that she like was talking smack about people behind their back and stuff. I think maybe. Again, it's been so long since I heard about her. Oh, and then there's this like a living situation drama that she was involved with. Like she was being like abusive to her roommates. So, sent down a rabbit hole of the most controversial artists in the art community. I think I've seen a video that's like that. Yeah. Oh, the hopeless speeches. Oh, that woman was insane. That, yeah, friggin' nutso. Yeah, we've had some mentally not okay people within that space. That's why like there's already so much drama that happens in that space, especially like these days. Like I've never really considered myself like part of any like specific individual community in the way that is that term is used these days. Because like really like your own community is what you make of it, you know. I mean, I guess like when Gen 4 of My Little Pony was you know more popular, I guess I was like kind of part of the community of that, but like we just called ourselves Bronies and Pegasisters. We were just fans of the show and making, you know, fan art and fan fiction and games and animations and music and stuff, right? We were just fans of it. And I made a lot of artwork of other people's like OCs and, you know, contributed to that scene, but like me calling myself a part of the community of that, it's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. So crypto art also stalked under the artist by Emily Artful, and even stole Emily's backstory as well and used it against her. See, that's psychotic. That's psychotic. Like, tell us that that you lack confidence in your own personal lore without saying it. You know? Like, what the heck, man? And that's creepy. Oh, I guess Creep Show, right, is a fitting name. But like that's just unhinged. We have a battle royale happening. Good luck to the participants. I'm gonna fade that out a little bit. I feel like it's too abrupt of a change. Here we go. Get the eyelashes going. Congrats, Spank, you've won. You've won the Battle Royale. Okay. She was afraid Hope speech to trust after Hope speech would stumble upon the man himself. Leo convoy. Leo convoy at a very important moment in Peach's life. Oh goodness, I did not expect that to all circle back around to Lio convoy. It's all connected. No, it's people. I guess it could get made into a book for sure. But no, it's real people. Real people doing real shenanigans. Yep. And you know what they say, right? Truth is stranger than fiction. This is another one of those cases. I'm gonna hide that and up the opacity so I can see this a little better. Okay, bottom liner going in. I'm gonna check here because I did adjust the nose. I gotta make sure that it is going to be fine at that angle. She's going to score calls, basically pulling people just like how Leo was, and she would side with Leo as well. Well, I mean, there is a pattern of behavior with people that have experienced abuse and then they go on to become an abuser themselves. Now, that's not an excuse. It is a reason. It's not an excuse, right? It's a repeating thing that I'm seeing. Okay, I feel like the angle of this eye just needs to be adjusted a little bit. It's more like that, and it sits more like that. It's like a really unhealthy learned pattern of behavior. They think it's like normal or something, or I don't like. Sometimes with certain things, I try to put my like head into the shoes of. I try to put my feet into the shoes of some of those people, but like in this case, I just can't. Like, it doesn't compute. I just can't do that. So I just have to speculate, like, why does that happen? Okay, last step on this for the actual just like basic drawing of it is putting in our eyebrows. Thankfully this one already has eyebrows as opposed to the one before it didn't have any eyebrows, so. Okay. See how that looks. I'm gonna move this inward a little bit. Oh, I forgot about the eyes, like the irises. Whoopsies. We'll put those in here in a second. Yeah, here's the base. That's it. There we go. I've done this rabbit hole almost 2 years now, and it's crazy that it led me to someone like Lau. Yeah. Yeah, when you leave that much of a history behind, people are eventually gonna, you know, they're gonna end up connecting the dots, so. Anything different this stream besides the model? Oh, but like the outfit? I mean, this is a brand new outfit. The bear hoodie pajama. But for the content of the stream, yeah. Working on bases for people that want to learn and get more comfortable with digital artwork. We did this one just now. Is it this one? Yeah. Finish this base. So we've got this one done. I don't think I'll have enough time to make a base out of this one, but I do want to. I may be able to like start it. Let me quickly get the eyes drawn in here. And then render this out properly. These will be available on my Ko-Fi shop for free download. They come as a Photoshop document with just a single layer of line work done. This line work that I am working on here. So if you have an interest in getting into digital artwork and you need some bases to practice with, I am making these bases out of my own artwork. So you guys can try that out. It does. It does. You are right on the money there, Belk. There was a third pill in the Matrix. The purple pill. What would the purple pill do, right? Like, what an interesting thing to theorize. You're half in, half out of the Matrix, kind of just like convulsing on the floor. Okay, so now I've got the line, not the line work, the the original artwork taken out of this. It's just the body line. I can make a little bit of an adjustment here to where the different features are. Using the vector layers is always a blessing here because you keep all of the line information together. There's no pixelization. If I were to like this, rotating it, it won't be pixelated at all. Same thing here with this nose. If I need to adjust it, bring it in a little bit. Bring the tip down. Just a little bit there. Let's see. I think this one is probably good to go here, actually. Yeah, I need to let this go. I need to let it go. Okay, this is all getting condensed into one layer. This gets named Female Portrait Base 2. If I could spell properly. And then locking the opacity of it. And then I'm going to adjust the canvas size. Not all the way down to the line, because if people are going to end up drawing like big hair, they have some room up top here to work with. So there we go. Now it gets saved as the Photoshop document as well as a PNG. Dumb question, can you turn a base into a custom brush? Not a dumb question at all. Can you turn a base into a custom brush? I'm sure there's probably a way that you can. I've never done it before, but I know that there are custom brushes that are just like full hairstyles. Oh, whoopsies, hold on a second here. Something has occurred. Something has occurred right here. There. Okay. Actually, wait a second. Back it up. Yeah, what occurred right there? And also, I want to move this eye just a little bit more. I want to move it a little more outwards. Like that. And adjust the angle. I think that looks, yeah, that looks better. What the hell? I need... There. Sometimes my eyedrop tool decides that it wants to get sticky. Doesn't want to leave. Okay, there. That looks better. Why does it do that? We're gonna rasterize this and this. There we go. Okay, now it's good to go. Female Portrait Base 2. I'm taking all three and I'm taking the black pill. Oh my goodness. His eye's going full send. Septic shock. Oh my goodness. Okay, saving this as a PNG, and it will be good to go. Awesome, awesome. Okay, Like I'll have a little bit of time here just to get the initial line work of like probably like the side of the face here going. I'll get that started here. Got a few more minutes left. I try to use the most amount of my stream as I can. Gotta go. Sometimes it's a leisurely stream, sometimes I like to challenge myself a little bit. And make that a little more concave. Chin line in here. This character, if you guys don't know, she was originally a My Little Pony OC of mine that was part dinosaur. This is my dinosaur pony named Taiga Fire. And she's a cannibal. Because back when I made her, I was in high school. I was, for whatever reason, very fascinated with those types of characters. Just happened to get that mix into a My Little Pony character. Well, you gotta wonder, right? Like, if you know, you combined a pony with a carnivorous dinosaur. Like, they would be like an omnivore, right? But then, okay, when they want to eat meat, what is in abundance around them, right? It's ponies. Just casually munching on a pony burger in front of them. Like, that's traumatic. Okay, we need a little hump right there. There are livestock, yeah. Or there is. Yeah, there is livestock. But there is an abundance of pony. They're overpopulated. I would guess that that's her philosophy. They're overpopulating Equestria. I need to eat some. I have a reference sheet for her somewhere. Now, mind you, I made this character when I was in high school, so there wasn't a lot of, I guess, logic put into it. But it's a fun concept. And she's definitely the more masculine in my group of pony OCs. She's the tallest one, the most muscular one, and the most aggressive as well. Dino ponies. Before I made her, I had seen some dino ponies before, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. That's a great idea. Okay. It is now midnight, guys. At least for me it is. I know for some of y'all it's like 2 a.m, or, you know, other time zones existing and such. So this is where I'm going to leave this one off. I am going to save this as female portrait base 3. We're going to save this here. Eventually you guys will see this up on the Ko-Fi store. My other 2 bases, the ones that you guys saw me make earlier, this one and this one, you will see on my Ko-Fi store here in, I think, a couple of hours. I can have them up by. You guys can use them for your own artwork and bases. Just make sure you give credit, as always, if you decide to use them and post them up on the internet. I would love to see your finished artworks that are using my bases. So, and of course they are free. I'll be back tomorrow. I think that the gaming poll says Minecraft once again, so we'll be revisiting that. Hopefully I don't get chased down by Enderman again. That'd be lovely if that didn't happen. I'm sure it was very entertaining for you guys to see. But we'll see what happens on tomorrow's stream. It starts at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you guys want to join me, then potentially have some good laughs at my expense, at my peril. But yeah, and then Sunday I am going to be working on Granny Squares. It is a crochet Sunday coming up, so just going to be working on some cute color combinations of Granny Squares. Simple things, hoping to make at least like 4 or 5 of them. So anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. It's fun having some good yapping, some good chatting. Working on bases. Working on bases is nice and relaxing for me because the art's already made. I just got to do the basic line work for it, and then everybody that wants to use them can use them. You know, giving back to the art community in that way, the art fanatics. So, good night to you guys. Jamiqua, we'll see you out. Be safe there in the forest if you are continuing your online time. Hopefully see you all again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time for some more Minecraft. I'm going to plug my links really quickly. If you want to see more of my artwork, feel free to click on my gallery link over there. And if you want to follow me over on Twitter, feel free to do so. I make a post after every stream ends, so if you ever miss one, you can always check on my account over there or check the post section of my channel because I just do a little copy paste over there. If you want to support me on Ko-Fi or check out any of the bases or PNG Tuber Plus models that I have available over there, they're all free unless you want to, you know, throw me $1 or $2. It's up to you. But everything on the store is free. Feel free to support me over on there. And if you want any personal artwork from me, personalized commissions, they are open. And I host them over on Ko-Fi as well. If you want any additional information, feel free to check out my commission website. It's got all the information there for you. So, anyways, guys, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care until then. And as always, stay vibing and stay creative. Bye bye.